Here's a wonderful word for us today, married couples. It's in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, beginning with verse 9. Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. Also, if two lie down together, they will keep warm. The wife can put her ice-cold feet in the middle of her husband's back. That's what my Bible read. I don't. Whew, man. I just got a chill thinking about that. But how can one keep warm alone? Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. What I want us to see, married couples, from that passage is that it really takes 3 to make a marriage. It takes 3 to make a marriage. It takes a loving husband. It takes a loving wife. But it also takes a loving God. Let me talk in particular about 3 things today. The first one is unexpected differences. Unexpected differences can sever a marriage. Probably the number one complaint I hear when I counsel couples is this: I don't understand my husband anymore. I don't understand my wife anymore. He's not the same, she's not the same person that I married. Bible says in 1 Corinthians 2:11, no one can really know what anyone else is thinking or what he is really like except that person himself. Now let me read verse 7 that talks about the differences between men and women. In the same way, you husbands must live with your wives with the proper understanding that they are more delicate than you. Treat them with respect, because they also will receive, together with you, God's gift of life. Do this so that nothing will interfere with your prayers. There's a difference between men and women. As I said earlier, I believe in equal rights. But listen, we are different. God made us male. He made us female. I grew up with all boys. I raised all girls. Trust me, there's a difference. And so the foundation for building a strong marriage is to learn to appreciate and embrace your differences. Let them work to complement your relationship, not defeat it, not sever it. It takes 3 to make a marriage. It takes 3 to make a marriage: an understanding husband, an understanding wife, and an understanding omniscient God. A second pressure that can weaken a marriage is unmet needs. Unmet needs. Now, I realize that we can't always meet one another's needs, but there should be at least an attempt. Marriage should be mutually beneficial. The Bible is very clear about this in 1 Corinthians 7, verse 3. A man should fulfill his duty as a husband, and a woman should fulfill her duty as a wife, and each should satisfy the other's needs. The next verse can help you meet your spouse's needs. Philippians chapter 2, verses 3 and 4. Don't be jealous or proud, but be humble. Consider others. Consider your wife. Consider your husband more important than yourself. Care about them as much as you care about yourselves. You see, when you cut to the chase, the main reason we don't meet our spouse's needs is because we are selfish. One more thing that will strain your marriage and threaten to sever it: unforgiven mistakes. Unforgiven mistakes. It takes a lot of forgiveness to make a marriage work. Let me say that one again. It takes a lot of forgiveness to make a marriage work. Let me give you a 2-point reality check, married couples. Number 1, you married an imperfect person. Number 2, you ain't so hot yourself. I just made that up, okay? That's the truth, you know? But here's what happens. When 2 imperfect people get married, they can do a lot of damage. They can cause a lot of hurt. Even though they deeply, truly love each other. But listen to me. After you've hurt each other, you've got one of 2 options. You can rub it in or you can rub it out. You can offer forgiveness. You can choose to hold a grudge. You can just stand your ground and be as bitter as you want to be, and you can just keep digging at one another. But let me tell you something. A lot of little digs will bury a marriage. You can just dig away. Colossians 3, verse 13 gives us a better option. It says, be gentle and ready to forgive. Never hold grudges. Remember, the Lord forgave you, so you must forgive. Let me say it one more time. It takes 3 to make a good marriage. It takes a forgiving husband. It takes a forgiving wife. And aren't you glad we serve a forgiving God?